but just for the simple, you might have one person who takes a credit card payment once every week or something, but just to make it compliant. And then a post-call survey to see how we did on that one. So over to you.
Thanks, Paul. So the first thing we're going to do is kick off around that PCI compliance. So still using our TIPT call centre. I'm the agent today once again, and I'm going to be taking the call from Tim. So Tim's wanting to call back and actually pay for that purchase that he's done. So rather than, as Paul said, me taking that information, writing it down on a piece of paper and maybe going and doing a bit of online shopping later on with Paul's credit card details, we're going to set this up so me as the agent, I'm not part of that flow at all. So I'm not actually taking that over the phone, and even the DTMS, so as he enters the numbers into his phone, I won't hear those either. So BroadSource are providing their capability to do that today, so that's using their secure call feature. And that's in essence taking that call across to their platform, but then what it does is re-injects me into the call as the agent, so I can guide Tim through that process, but I can't hear any of those DTMS tones. So what we'll do is we'll jump into that, and then post that, we're just going to jump into the post-call survey and have a review of how good I did on that call, Tim.
I really do hope you do better than you did in Adelaide, mate, because so far so good. Customer service is top.
Well, at least got it in the right demo.
So I'm going to make a call into the call queue because I forgot to pay before, but prior to this, I did have a chat with Paul before, and as the most senior person in the room for Telstra, I have to use his card, not mine, and he's also told me to keep it under $1,000. Now, as a good standing Telstra employee, I want to make sure that I keep it under $1,000, so Brad's going to take a payment from me today for $999.99. So, completely stretching the budget altogether, but let's see what happens when I actually call in. You can see Brad's now answered the call, and Brad's going to go and secure that call so I can take the payment.
Absolutely. So thanks for calling in, Tim. Just before I talk to you, just to explain what's going on the screen here. So you can see on the right hand side, I'm now logged into the SecureCall portal. That's going to allow me as the agent to secure that call and push it across to the portal so that I'm not part of that transaction. So Tim, I believe you've got a payment to make today, is that correct?
That's right, mate, $999.99.
Excellent. Well, just let me secure this call, wait me a second, and we'll connect to the payment gateway. So that's just pulling the call across now. It's just I'm going to re-inject a call across to me in a second so that I'm now still part of the call. So Tim, let me just put this call on mute so I don't get any feedback. So $999.99, seems like you're trying to stay under some sort of corporate limit there, mate.
No, not at all.
Sounds mildly suspicious. So I'm going to enter all Tim's details in there, and then down the bottom here, I can actually guide Tim through this process. So I'm still on the call, so I can make sure that Tim's actually going to pay the bill for this afternoon so that we do have some beers, which is a good thing, rather than just dumping Tim off to the payment gateway, and he might have some issues and not complete that transaction. So as the agent, I can see down the bottom here as he interacts with the platform. So Tim, if you want to start entering your credit card details there. So you can see I'm just getting the little asterisks indicating to me that he's actually entering some digits. So we've got a tick on that. He's entered a valid number there. You can put in your expiry and then your CVV. If he does make a mistake, I can reset those and let him do that again. So we've got 3 green ticks there, Tim. That all looks pretty good. If you're happy, I'll process that payment for you.
Please do. I'll let Paul know once the payment's gone through, mate.
So once I hit submit, that's then pushing that off to the payment gateway and completing that transaction. And once that's done, we can go and enjoy the drinks this afternoon. So that's gone through, and the last part of the demo here, as we were talking before, we now want to do a post-call survey. So you don't really want me as the agent in charge of pushing that call off to the post-call